Hello and welcome to the Of Myths and Men podcast, the only podcast whose beauty can launch 1,000 ships. I am your host, Adam Holcomb, and I am joined today by co-host, who's almost as beautiful, Dylan Blumenberg.
Well, I mean, like 600 of those ships are my beauty.
That's true. And we are happy to have the man who could launch 2 ships, Valia, with us today.
All I'm saying is beauty is an artificial construct. You can't launch a ship with it. So what you said earlier, hashtag sad. Okay.
Yes, Valia.
It's an
We know your
interbeauty ship
stance.
launching contest.
Oh, well, then Valia would launch 1,000.
All the ships.
Our podcast brings together 3 unknowledgeable individuals who spend a day pretending to be experts on mythology. Each week we will discuss a different god or creature, rotating out the lead mythologist. We will discuss its habits, its attitudes, and we will tell a tale. And we will end on a debate on who would win in a mythological fight club. Today's lead mythologist will be Dylan.
I used to be a seaman
On what? What happened?
on a ship.
Oh, okay.
What's start your creature, man?
So
Can you tell us a little bit about the god or
Today's-
creature you'll be talking about today?
today's creature is the little-known Medusa.
Oh,
Did you guys know, this might have been something you knew, but I guess I didn't really know this. Medusa is her name, but she's a creature called a Gorgon.
Yep.
And there's only 3 of these, and they're all
What are the other 2 named?
sisters. Oh, I thought I wrote that down. So while I'm looking that up,
Maria
and
and Frederick.
it was Stheno.
Stheno or Theno?
Stheno.
Stheno?
Stheno.
Okay.
Uriel and Medusa.
Man, my names were way better.
Medusa got the easy to pronounce name out of that bunch.
That's why she's the most popular.
Yeah.
they call her Deuce for short.
Deucey. Yeah.
Deuce.
The big deuce.
So she kind of got the short end of the stick in other ways besides her name. Out of those 3 sisters, she was the only one who was mortal. Now, we'll get into her being mortal a little bit later, but I'm sure everyone's pretty familiar with the myth telling that her hair was made of live venomous snakes, which, looking this up, I was trying to figure out what type of snakes they were, and no one seems to clarify it. The best guess is vipers, which is kind of boring. I was hoping it was like black mambas or something, you know?
Vipers are
Or
like
asps.
the most deadly, though, aren't they?
Well,
They're the most
mean-
deadly venom.
yeah, who knows?
And they look super badass. Like, they look all rocky and sandy. Like, they're fucking scary.
They are pretty scary. And they're cool looking snakes, but we'll never know which ones are the most venomous.
She
Trying to
probably
figure it
couldn't
out.
write about what it was because she couldn't look at herself in a mirror.
Well, yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
question, actually. Because I was trying to look up, like, what type of stone she turns people into also. Because I'm weird like that.
Sandstone.
Nothing. No one says.
I'm pretty sure it's sandstone.
Pretty sure it's igneous.
To jump ahead a little bit, it was kind of implied in a lot of the stuff that I had researched in the past that it was more like metaphorical that it was turning people to stone, just saying she was super ugly and it like froze people in their tracks because of how ugly she is. But she used to be very beautiful. And this story gets kind of dark pretty quick, but she was super beautiful, and then Poseidon raped her in Athena's
How
temple.
beautiful.
Super beautiful.
Are we talking like Margot Robbie?
You know,
How many ships could she launch? her beauty.
I'm going to say 980.
If she
Oh,
were
shit.
in Mean Girls, would she be in the popular clique?
Yeah, she would be. But
Okay.
she was
It's
super...
pretty beautiful.
According to this, I found like one account, which actually, I found this on like a Google result for Medusa tales for kids. So it's like an adapted story of Medusa getting raped by Poseidon.
How do you
For
adapt that
kids.
for kids?
Well, this is how. They just said she bragged about how beautiful she was all the time. So then they made her super ugly. But I guess this is kind of like old-fashioned too. So Poseidon rapes her in Athena's temple, and then as punishment, Athena turns Medusa's hair to snakes and made her face so terrible it would turn people to stone. So Poseidon rapes someone, and the person that gets raped gets further punishment
That
for
sounds
being
like
raped.
Typical.
Yeah, it's like modern day
Yeah,
America.
that's very
which
modern.
It's pretty terrible. Like,
Yes.
the rapee gets roasted for being raped.
It's probably something she wore.
Yeah, she was wearing purple. She deserved it. She was asking for it. Which is basically what this one poet wrote. He said that Medusa's punishment was just and well earned.
Jesus.
Kind of a fucking asshole. But yeah.
Did she
What
maybe
an
talk
asshole.
back?
I mean, she might have,
Probably
but
talk back.
that's no excuse.
Well, I've seen The Sopranos, and I know what goes on. So
I don't even know what to say about that. I only watched the first season.
I've been watching it recently, while I've been working from home. It's pretty all right.
That's a good show. Well, the first season was good. Tony Soprano's a good character. And his wife.
Yeah, he's pretty
Yikes.
rapey.
I haven't gotten to that part.
She doesn't really rape anyone, but
Oh,
he's
okay, good.
aggressive.
Yeah, he is. He's a mob boss, all right.
Usually mob
Spoiler alert.
bosses are a bit aggressive. You gotta be. If you show weakness,
They're
just
gonna
come up and get you.
killed. Oh, I did write it down. So Medusa was the only mortal one. And there's nothing really told about the other sisters that I could find. I'm sure it's just out there and I didn't look hard enough or read into it that much in school, you know.
Because
Go
they're
ahead.
boring as fuck.
They are.
Not a lot of stuff
Yeah.
happens to them.
They just got married by 25 and had a couple of kids and settled
Well,
down.
if they're immortal, like she's the only one with something to live for and to die for. Like the others are just like,
Yeah, it's like rich
you
kids.
can't die. Yeah, who
Pretty
are
much.
immortal.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But like from what I'm gathering, there's like no reason for them to be immortal in the first place. Like they're just women at this point, immortal women.
So did Athena and or Poseidon during their being real bitchy part take away her immortality? Like they were all originally immortal?
Not that I've found. Well, maybe, but I never saw that.
It was just
That
a
would
gene
make
pool
sense.
type of thing.
Yeah, she just got
Zeus's
short end of the
sperm
stick.
swimming around.
She got all the good looks, but none of the longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. So she was killed by Perseus because someone told Perseus to kill her, so he did it. And Perseus got a lot of help from this because I don't think you can really kill something like this that easily. So this is a list of stuff he got. He had a mirrored shield from Athena, winged sandals from Hermes, our good old asshole buddy Hermes, the sword from Hephaestus.
I'm
Go ahead.
surprised he didn't have a hand in this much further. Or like her being turned into ugly Medusa.
Oh yeah,
That
'cause he
sounds
was
like right up his alley.
knocking around
Well,
back then.
he took her on the boat. She just,
Jeez, here
she
we
was
go
okay with saying no.
And then what did
And
he
that's
do
what
afterwards?
happened.
Just said, all right, let's go back to shore.
Turns out he was actually, they can say no. They're not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
It's just the implication is there, but she didn't suffer that implication.
Wow.
She flew past that.
She flew past it.
She flew past it.
And he also had Hades' Helm of Invisibility, so he was pretty fucking OP. He could probably have killed anything at that point.
That sounds like level 99 gear if I've heard.
Yeah. He prestiged many times.
What rank is he?
He's, I don't remember. What were
Is he
those
a-
ranks in Call of Duty?
Is he a
I don't even
colonel?
know. Yeah.
Colonel.
He
Love
was
the
a-
colonel.
Who knows? So then Perseus kept her head because it retained its power, and he kept turning people to stone. And I found some really vague thing that I didn't write down because I thought it was pretty stupid. But apparently he gave it to someone, and it basically said, like, long story short, that's why there's so many rocks on this island, Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's why there's so many rocks on this island. Like, there's rocks on islands. That's how islands work.
Islands are
Make any
made of
sense.
rocks.
Basically, yeah. The whole planet is a rock.
Like
The
if there
ancient Greeks were
weren't-
fucking dumb.
Yeah. And
They gotta explain every stupid thing they don't know with another stupid thing.
and that's why there's stars in the sky,
Yeah.
pretty much. But there was another one of those too, which her head was bleeding when it got cut off, and the blood was turning into snakes when it hit the ground. And that's why there's so many snakes on this island. It's like, all right, cool, bro. It's
Have you
not
guys
just
seen
'cause
Planet
they don't
Earth
have-
2?
Yeah, dude. Oh man,
That-
I know what you're
That
talking
snake, that
Oh.
snake bit with the iguanas that are being born, and there's
was
just
incredible.
like thousands of them.
about. That was so
You
good.
think that was Medusa?
It might have been.
Nice.
That was like, you couldn't have filmed that, or like you couldn't have scripted that. You know, like it was
Pretty
so
sure it was
well done.
filmed.
No,
Yeah, it was.
scripted.
I don't think you can script animals anyway. All of
Hey,
it was
sure you
filmed.
can. Have you seen Air Bud?
That's true. He won that basketball tournament.
Dude, he won more than basketball.
There's a hockey one.
Yeah, there was like one for every sport. There's one for
Holy
highlight.
shit.
There's one for table tennis.
A highlighter, but Harvey
I'd watch
Weinstein produced that?
Yeah,
Was there a badminton?
yeah, there was badminton. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Cricket.
So that's why there's so many snakes on this island. So that was kind of stupid. At the time of her beheading, she was pregnant, and her 2 unborn children popped out of her neck, and their names
As
were
they usually do.
Yeah.
Chrysor, and Pegasus.
Wait,
Yeah, right. Pegasus.
she get like Pegasus, as in the animal Pegasus?
Well, it said
Or is
that
this just
this Chrysor, it's Chryssaor. I don't know how to pronounce it.
sounds like a dinosaur.
It does, doesn't it? But
And
it
then
said that.
Pegasus, the villain of the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
I have no idea who.
You don't know who
Watch
Pegasus
the first
is?
season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dude, I'm not gonna watch the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
There's
It's on
so much
Amazon.
hacks.
Sorry. Does he call the heart of the cards into action?
Oh yeah,
Does.
that's the only way to win the game in the first
Yeah.
season. It's no rules.
And he's the only one who can do it.
Dude,
Yugi.
I said that at work the other day, just randomly. I said, like, call the heart of the cards. And some guy's just like, dude, nice. It's like, I don't even know what that is. I was just making some vague
Did he play
reference.
Exodia?
Probably. Played Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's the only
It's not even
card I
Yugi.
know.
God damn it.
What is it?
That's Kaiba.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know any of this crap.
Were you not a child?
No,
In
I didn't.
Wisconsin?
You come out of your mother's womb at the age of 94.
I watched
Come out of her neck?
Fooly Cooley, Samurai Champloo. Those are the 2 best ones. What else we
Those
got?
suck.
I watched some Pokemon.
That's a little redeemable.
The of anime and men section of the podcast.
Man, we have so many new podcasts coming out.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
Except this one.
What's the one with the kid who's trying to get the Sorcerer's Stone to turn his brother back into like a human?
Full Metal Alchemist.
I watched like the original series of that. That was good. Dude, I'll tell you what. The first series of Naruto, classic. All right, so to get onto our story here, if you want to
Pegasus
jump into this.
and the dinosaur kid are born.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
is there
all I had
anything
for
more
that.
about them?
No, that's
So
all I
is-
had.
You never really answered. Is it the Pegasus creature?
Yeah, it
Or
is.
is it just someone named Pegasus? What the
No,
fuck?
it's the
How did she give
Pegasus
birth to a
too.
Pegasus?
Fuck if I know.
Well, you see, a horse that flies gets it on with Medusa.
But,
And the kid pops out her neck.
Yep,
oh, fair
pretty
enough.
much.
I mean, she couldn't attract any guys, so obviously she had to go to horse.
Yeah.
Whores?
Horse.
And this Chrysor guy, he was just a human. So you can't really explain that.
Cryosaur.
They were like twins though, because they were born at
Well,
the same time.
I guess okay. Chrysaor's father was Poseidon. So that was probably from the rape, if I had to guess. But it doesn't say what Pegasus's father is. So I got nothing.
So she birthed 2 children from 2 different parents, potentially, in
Well,
one womb.
Potentially.
Also, how cute would a baby Pegasus be?
Let's
Very
look it up.
cute.
You think we'll get any deviant art results?
It's probably going to be like My
I
Little
think
Pony,
so.
right?
Yeah, it's all fucking.
So I was
Pony.
looking up
God.
a Pokemon before for something. What one was it? Heracross. And there was a
Oh, yeah.
deviant art of Heracross.
Oh, no.
And it was a woman very much drawn as if she wasn't wearing clothes and slightly looking like Heracross. I was like, what the fuck?
I gotta look this up.
Heracross?
No, I know what Heracross is, but the sexy version. Safe search on?
Just look up Heracross and it'll pop up.
I did. I'm not seeing
Of course. Pegasus was a baby in the Hercules movie.
That's right, yeah.
see
I remember that.
Samurai Heracross. That's pretty cool.
Anyway,
Yeah, so if we want to get into the story part, I got something here, but it's basically about the rapage.
Mythology was created through an early form of storytelling, so we like to spend a little bit of time delving into a tale that involves our subject. We will be a little more in-depth with analyzation to better understand the story, and each week you will have a tale to bring home and tell your snakes, your ladies, and your snake-haired ladies.
I like how these are all specific to the episode. You do a lot of hard work on this, Adam, and I don't know if it goes appreciated.
It doesn't at all. You
I
guys
don't
have
appreciate
never
it.
said anything good about me before.
Yeah. I mean, oh wow, that is kind of weird. Adam sent me the sexy Heracross.
I sent both of you it.
We'll put that in the podcast notes.
I will not
Whoa.
put that in the podcast notes.
it's a high-res image.
So, alright, this story. Alright, so Medusa was once most beautiful in the jealous aspiration of many suitors. Of all her beauties, none was more admired than her hair. I came across a man who recalled having seen her. They say that Poseidon, lord of the sea, violated her in the temple of Minerva, which also Athena, so that it might not go unpunished. That's such a weird start to a sentence. God, no wonder it threw me off. This was written about 1,000 years ago, just for any context there. So that it might not go unpunished, Minerva changed the Gorgon's hair to foul snakes, and now, to terrify her enemies, numbing them with fear, the goddess wears the snakes that she created as a breastplate. So I don't know what he's talking about with that last part. Let's not get into it.
Agreed.
I saw a comic that depicted her as the one that really didn't wear clothes, so her boobs were just all out. And some guy was going through the temple her little lair, and she went to attack him and said, "Bah, look into my face, look into my eyes," and he was just staring at her boobs, and wasn't turning to stone because that's all he was looking at. And he's like, "Huh, nice."
That's pretty funny.
And then she just got upset and walked away. And he's like, "Nice snake boobs."
Did he put up his hand for a high five?
There was no one there that wasn't stone, so I don't think so.
But no, from her.
But he was
Yeah, high
stoned
No, she was already walking away. She was
below
upset.
the waist, right?
What?
He was stoned below the waist, right?
Actually, yeah. Yep.
So it had partial effect. Boy, it really took
He had
it to
hard
a
rock
lowbrow
abs?
place. Hard rock abs?
Yeah. Is that what you meant?
No. Not at all. All right. Long pause. So that's pretty much all I got for info. I mean, this was a pretty hard one to research, to be honest. I spent a lot of hours on this. Some sleepless
surprisingly
nights.
so.
Yeah.
Just the one.
The one
sleepless night.
Yeah, and it was because I was too busy reading about Medusa. And certainly not playing video games.
Certainly not looking at pics of her every time, which
Stop! Don't fucking mention it.
waits like 10 minutes every time you look at a pic, right?
Stop mentioning it.
Commit to
I mean, let's be
memory.
honest. It's like 3 or 4. Oh my god.
She
All
sounds
right.
like a bitch.
Good thing my mom hopefully doesn't listen to this podcast.
But Kyle does.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Kyle, fuck you.
Kyle knows what's up.
Cut that out.
That fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what they say.
If you
Better
can't
out
hack
than in.
it, then leave it.
Better out than in. Well, we needed the rain anyway. That's what they always say. I fucking hate
Every time it rains. Alright, I'm gonna start the Fight Club intro now.
Do it.
One of the things people love to debate about is who would win in a fight. Would Yugimoto win against whoever the main character of Samurai Champloo is?
Aku.
Are they playing cards? Duel monsters?
Nope, they're fighting with
It's a
swords.
Physical fight? Yugimoto is freaking 3 feet tall, and he's an adult man now.
He dead.
So he's, yeah.
He
He
did.
did. So, in our Fight Club section, we indulge ourselves and talk about who would win in a mythological fight to the death. We'll pit this week's subject against one we discussed in earlier podcasts with our lead mythologist defending their creature. And, Dylan, you get to choose who you'd like to challenge. Would it be myself or Valia?
Do you remember the recent ones? Which ones have we done in the past?
I have the list open. We have leprechauns, but we should shy away from that since that's an unreleased episode.
Oh, I mean,
We have
who have
Furfur,
I
Headless Men,
challenged?
El Cuco, Sirens, Basilisk, Manananggal, Medusa, which actually I added to the creature list already, Hellhound, Hermes, and Striga.
No, who have I challenged? Like, person.
Oh.
Does anyone remember?
It was Valia and I in the Striga episode. In El Cuco, I challenged Valia. And then... So I think Valia and I did it twice in a row. Before
Can I be
that...
moderator?
Sure. I'll challenge Adam. Volume
You just asked.
longer than I anticipated.
I don't remember who did who
Yeah.
well enough.
Oh well.
Dylan has challenged myself. So Valia will be moderator, which means Valia gets to choose a creature for me to defend.
Okay.
Or multiple
this is-
creatures.
This is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to choose, all right?
All right. Choose.
Hey, shut.
Huh?
I'm choosing.
Huh?
I'm gonna choose the Striga. I did that one.
Do it up.
So,
Choose it.
yeah, you can defend the Striga, Adam.
Alright. Let's do it. I just listened to most of that podcast.
Nice. So it's fresh. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of them, so like I'm trying to pick something that's familiar.
I'm gonna turn into Hedwig.
The
Oh
owl?
yeah. We didn't really discuss like how strong is Medusa. Like she has the eye thing, where she can turn into stone, and the snakes of hair.
Yeah.
But like, can she punch?
I think no, she can punch all right when she gets mad.
Yeah.
When someone tells her she looks fat in that dress, boy, she can punch. She
Good
can say some
roundhouse?
things that are really going to hurt your feelings and make you think about it for the next 10 years. Well, I mean, that's any woman, though, right? Let's be honest.
Am I right, ladies? Fellas, take a break.
Let's. Yeah. No, honestly, I think besides like the snakes as hair, which you have to be pretty close for, and the stone thing, she's just like a human. Like she got killed by being beheaded.
I
don't
do
think
have
she's
one
anything
other
special.
quick question
Yeah.
to really gauge her abilities. An
She's
arrow
5'8".
is flying at her head
Oh,
at
man.
100
Here we go
miles
again.
per hour.
Here we go again. Atlanta, Georgia, all over again.
What did she do?
I think she probably tries to dodge it like any human woman would.
Gotcha.
Can one of the snakes,
I've
like,
got
in
it.
the middle of the air, just...
Probably,
arrow.
honestly. I'd take that. But the snake would probably die. Do you think
Yeah.
she gets split ends? Let's do that. She uses Head and Shoulders,
Yeah.
snakes and tails. It's like an off-brand Shoots and Layers mixed with shampoo.
Striga wins.
There we go. Yeah,
I'm
I
glad we
can't
debated
honestly
on
remember
this.
what the Striga is.
It's
The
like a
Striga-
vampire creature.
It's that
You know?
vampire that went around molesting and killing people
Jesus.
in a town in Romania. I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
It does
okay.
have
or
a...
Croatia.
It does have a weakness to snakes, actually. So, yeah, but it's also a very humanoid-like creature that's slightly stronger than a human. But yeah, it has some supernatural powers.
So it's going to be like a cat fight
Kind of
with snakes.
But he's
Yes.
a little stronger. Okay.
like a man should be. Am I right, ladies? I'll
Here we go.
Yeah.
JK.
Female listeners.
Just
Or
kidding.
26 female listeners. Being a bit generous on there. They're all gone.
We're gonna get a lot of attention to feminazis from them.
Huffington Post is going to write an article about this podcast. The sexist,
We'll get listeners.
cisgendered host of Myths and Men.
3 mid-Wisconsin gentlemen.
Slandered women. Smashed women.
Who the fuck ever heard of Wisconsin?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, at least people will hear of this podcast that way then.
That's true.
All news is good news.
That is, yeah.
That is the Trump policy.
Tell that to the KKK. Am I right, guys?
Hey.
Racists, take a break, fellas.
You know what I mean.
All right. So I feel like I totally have this one. Wait, we need a setting.
All right, so setting is going to be, so it's super dark, right? It's almost like a graveyard type of environment. There's a giant pond near the area. It's almost like a lake, so, and it's pretty deep. You can go in it and be completely hidden. It's very dark. There's trees, basically a forest at night, with a giant pond next to it.
Do I get any weapons?
I
No.
should be the one getting the weapons, probably.
You both do start a pretty good distance away from each other, so you can't kind of tell where each other are, so you can kind of attempt to sneak up on one another.
Oh, and by the way, Medusa's wearing her glasses today, so she can see even further.
Are they Ray-Bans?
No, they're off-brand from
Oh.
Costco.
Too bad.
Well,
Anyway, fight.
I think
Do what you do.
I think
mean, I gotta
Striga
look
has
at
this. Okay,
And
what?
you're dead. I look at you and you're dead.
No, I have to look at
continue
you.
the trend. But we all look at each other.
We don't know where each other is. We're far enough apart yet.
Yeah. You're walking in the same general direction, though.
Here we go. I say, hey, stupid head. You look right at me. You're dead.
Do
I
I
gotta
know
be
what
honest.
do I know what I'm fighting?
You know that the other creature is around. You just don't know where yet, but you're
Do I
gonna
know what it
walk
is?
into each other.
Do I know ahead
You
of
don't
time that I
know-
don't want to look at its face?
You've heard rumors of the idea that you can't look into the creature's eyes, but you're not entirely sure.
All right.
Just like Medusa doesn't know that this creature's pretty decently stronger than her.
Okay. So we have Medusa over there calling attention to herself, trying to find me. She knows
Sure.
I'm somewhere. But I am actually now Hedwig, and I'm flying high above in the sky.
Okay.
So I can't look into her eyes because I'm looking down to spot the top of her head.
Okay.
And then I drop close, but not too close. And then I go back to Striga form.
Okay.
And then I turn invisible. And is Medusa's breasts out? Or are they covered in snake breastplate?
They're not out.
Okay.
She's got that armor
Then
on.
never
yeah.
mind. I won't do anything else. But I won't do anything extra. But I will sneak up on her. And then punch a hole from behind. Punch a hole through her chest. Reach
You're not-
up.
You're definitely
Uh,
not that strong.
The snakes
Oh.
see you. The snakes,
I'm invisible.
Well, what?
I'm invisible. Striga can turn invisible.
Oh, Jesus. I gotta be honest.
But
I'm really not gonna offend her very much, Medusa.
The invisibility power of the Striga is that to which if you're grabbing onto the person, like, there's obviously a figure there, and the snakes will definitely start biting at it.
Snakes
It's
are
not
pretty aware of what's going on.
Yeah, they use their senses more than their eyes, so the idea that just you're present is going to be more than enough.
Let me ask you this, Adam. Have you ever seen a snake during an earthquake? I don't think I have to say anything
No.
else. That's all
I've
I'm
never
saying.
seen a snake during an earthquake.
Well, if you had.
So is your action still? So your action is to grab or do something. What do you do once you're invisible and you're behind?
It'd just be I'd sneak up, turn visible again, because I remember distinctly from the Striga episode, he doesn't have any power while he's invisible.
Correct.
He's just kind of there. And then just snap her neck quickly. I might take some bites. It might be venomous, but she'll die first.
Okay. Well, remember, weakness to snakes.
What is the weakness to snakes? Do I just instantly die if a snake touches me?
Explode if anyone is anywhere close to you.
No, it's generally like most things. Like, he's stronger than a human, so he can handle it. But snakes, he's got basic human, culpability. So like a viper is super poisonous. Let's see how fast can a viper kill a human, basically.
Hey, Google.
You're effectively a human.
How fast can viper poison kill a human?
Sorry, I don't understand.
A Dodge Viper's 197 miles an hour. That's fucking fast. I didn't know they were that fast. Jesus.
So,
have you ever seen that video while we're all Googling this of when they pour snake venom into human blood and it just congeals in 15 seconds? It's kind of fucked up. Probably about 20 minutes though.
So, I mean, it looks like you definitely die if a viper bites you. So,
but I think on top of that, I think these snakes, would you say a 1 second advantage would be good, Valia? Would you accept that?
What do you mean? No, the snakes have the advantage.
No,
speed.
The snakes all look in one direction, and Medusa knows at this point. She's like, why is my hair all pointing backwards? So she's
okay.
Whoosh, gets
I
out
see
of
what
the way
you're
real
saying.
quick.
I would say so, yeah. I wouldn't say she reacts. I think the snakes are definitely in that looking in the general direction of the Striga. So, I mean, basically at this point, since you're still kind of frozen there just looking, and he did the whole owl thing that's behind you, it's up to Adam at this stage. What does the Striga do? What would the Striga's action be as he turns visible again and he's behind Medusa? Snakes looking at him. Yeah.
The snakes freak me. I think the snakes freak the Striga out. I'd say backs up quickly, but eyes shoot to the feet.
Shoot to the feet, okay.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys know the Naruto episode where Kakashi and Gai Sensei fight against Itachi, and their trick is to look at the feet, and you can determine a fighter by their feet, what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Striga does that because he used to be a martial artist when he was pre-Striga.
God, I swear. We bring up Joe Rogan or MMA every fucking
because it's fighting. It happens.
Joe Rogan or MMA, one of the two.
I mean, they're pretty
intertwined.
To mention, yeah.
For casual fight people, they're kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
So what does Medusa do? Does she do anything, Dylan?
I mean, she tries to get out of the way and let the snakes do its thing, or look this owl in the eyes. But
I'm not an owl anymore.
Besides that,
but he's lunging at your feet.
What?
He's lunging at your feet.
Why am I?
I was just looking at her feet.
Oh, I thought you were lunging. Okay,
look at these feet, you weirdo.
So this mofo is standing across from you. He's looking at your feet. What do you do?
I think I gotta rely on these snakes to give me a little bit of an advantage. And
how long is her snake hair?
It's in the pictures, it looked like it was probably a good 2 feet, 1.5, 2 feet. It's not short. She's got a nice bob going.
She's got a reach.
Yeah.
I don't know
how
I
can
can
rip
get
out
around
one
the
of the
reach.
snakes and throw it? Is that an ability?
And the snake would die.
It wouldn't die instantly, though. There'd be enough venom there to bite. And
she's really not that impressive as a fighter.
No.
Being able to look at things.
So she doesn't do much then.
But
do you want to do anything, Adam?
I think she's like quickly turning
Yeah.
around, like spinning in
Okay.
a circle.
So she
Scanning
sees.
the area.
There's a forest in the area. I grab I find the pointiest branch
Okay.
I can, and then I just run forward. It has to be over 2 feet long. Just run forward to impale her,
Okay.
and I scream in my best Russian accent, which I don't know if I can successfully do.
Probably not.
Okay.
But let's hear it.
Jesus. For the motherland and Vladimir! Because Vladimir's a Dracula.
Dylan just got knocked out
I fucked him
metaphorically
up.
and.
I fucked him up so hard he got knocked out of Discord.
Dude, it crashed. Alright, I'm back.
All right. So really, your actions are only countermeasures by the sounds of it, Dylan.
Yeah,
Medusa's.
pretty much. I mean, she can't
Okay.
do a whole lot if she's not looking people in the eyes.
Okay. So, I mean, based on what the sounds of it, on like a standard fight, if they're not really sure of each other, I think it really is kind of 50-50, because I think at some point the Striga would look into the eyes of Medusa and get fucked, or attack and get messed up by one of the snakes. But I think in this case, in this sort of fight where it's dark, he does the owl thing, he goes behind her and kind of just wears her out without looking into the eyes, I think he probably ends up winning. But this is like super tight.
Damn right.
Like,
I think
Super.
Striga
Mega
takes it if it has enough information about the creature.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, like, I'm kind of helping you at this point, but I think, like, seeing the snakes on her head, he'd probably be like, okay, I know what
Yeah,
this
that would
is.
fuck him up a little bit.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, and that's why I'll impale with a longer than 2 foot pointy stick.
If this were daytime though, and just like out in the open, I think
Wouldn't I already be
9
dead?
times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, she's looking at everything.
Oh yeah, you'd be dead because it's day anyway. So, but yeah, out in the open, I think the Striga loses. So this is really one of the closer fights we've had in terms of it just being 50-50 in terms of anything can happen.
I do
depending
agree,
on what's
because
available.
definitely Medusa has the reach, but nothing more. The reach and the look.
You know,
That's
how
right.
cool would it be if, like, she was, like, walking down the street and for some reason a bird just made, like, eye contact with her? And the bird just, like, drops out of the air and smashes in the ground.
Bump.
That'd
Can
be
she
awesome.
choose to turn something into stone, or is it if you look
It
into
is-
the eyes, it's dead?
Yeah,
I
it
think
has to
it's
be, like,
automatic.
direct eye contact.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's...
She
like,
has no
she
control
can't-
over it.
She can't like be like no.
Yeah.
I
It's
saw
like a-
something. I saw something say that there should be like a story that focuses on Medusa having to deal with people killing her because she accidentally turns people to stone, or trying to kill her.
Yeah.
It'd be
She's
such
like
so
the good
interesting. Definitely
Is it-
very femme positive.
Is indeed.
It's a
Anyway,
real, Midas Cold
Striga wins.
situation. Alright.
In this particular fight, Striga wins.
I'm not all torn up.
Go Striga. All right, shall we wrap it up?
Yes.
Today we learned about
Yes.
Medusa. Fuck you. Alright, today we learned about Medusa. We learned she has crazy snake hair. She's the only of her sisters to be mortal for gene reasons. She was horribly raped and tortured, basically, by first Poseidon, then Athena.
No,
And
Athena was there.
she was raped by Athena too?
Athena's a woman, I'm pretty sure.
Athena was
But
watching.
It was just
Are you-
Athena's temple. Like Poseidon, he took her in Athena's
Athena?
temple. Yeah,
Yeah, but then basically tortured by Athena, wasn't it?
yeah,
And turned
pretty
her
much. I thought you said
into an ugly
Athena
bitch.
raped her.
No, well,
Alright.
raped, then tortured by Poseidon. Then
It's real terrible.
kind of, yeah. Yeah,
It's a bad
you
situation.
really just got our mood down,
Yeah, I'm
Dylan.
sorry.
You fucking
I'm sorry.
suck. We talked about how this all happened and about, was it Percival who killed him?
Percival.
Who was the name of the guy who killed her?
Percival? Oh, it was Perseus.
Perseus. Close enough. Perseus killed her with his level 99 gear when he besieged as a
Yeah.
colonel. And we found out that a Striga would be able to eke out a win against Medusa. But it would be pretty close. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please swing by iTunes to leave a rating and review. They really help us get to be seen more, and we can become an even better podcast. Because of the fans. The fans make the podcast. You can
We
also
have the
send...
best fans.
We do.
All 6 of them.
All silent 6 fans.
You can send us positive vibes on Twitter at Myths and Men, and we have a Facebook page, Myths and Men podcast. And we hope to see you next week when we talk about something else.
On Google
Adios.
Plus.
Funny. The music you heard on this podcast is called Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. It is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license.
Man, this is totally unrelated. This guy got fired at work today, and on Monday he had come up to me 2 times and said, "Happy Monday." And because of that, I was not upset about him getting fired. It's like, I don't hear this shit every fucking Monday. Like, oh man. It's not even that Mondays annoy me, to be honest. Like, they don't annoy me that much. It's just people that say, "Happy Monday." That's what's annoying. It's like, big deal. It's a fucking another day of the week. Who cares? I don't know. These people must really hate their job.
You know, ISIS likes Mondays.
You're shitting me.
That for how you...
I want to
believe it.
get a cookie with a picture of Dylan's face on it, and then I can eat it. And then when I'm shitting, I can message him saying I'm shitting him.
You're what?
I'm shitting
shitting-
you.
That's
Are you
very
shitting me?
elaborate.
That is pretty...
That's a really elaborate bit to do.
You could just, like, eat some paper with my face on it.
That doesn't taste as good.
Good luck
Or
finding
just
my
take
face,
a
by the
picture
way.
of a shit and just be like, "Oh, I did that thing." Never actually had done it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
call.
true. How am I going to know?